voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
The mistake really is there's too much BS floating out there, and now it's out of our hands. There's no way to control it, so now they're saying they're going to control it. I want to see what they're going to do.
My team will review the applications and give credentials to new media applicants who meet our criteria and pass United States Secret Service requirements to enter the White House complex.
All right. What'd she say?
This time, they shut them down in a huge way. What was said by the View team? How were such savage comebacks delivered by Bill and Caroline Levitt? Their woke drama is still going strong, which surprised me because I assumed the opinion could have cooled. Everything is here, especially the mic drop moments, so get ready.
To get past this endless, unforgiving, zero-tolerance mindset bent on punishing and disappearing anyone caught saying the wrong thing. The right response to speech you don't like is...
Whoopi Goldberg became furious and publicly attacked Bill after Ma had dinner with Trump. Yes, the same Trump they view as their deadliest enemy, without mentioning Trump by name. Was Ma being warned? Now that he's advocating for less animosity, does Bill Maher really desire political peace?
Take him seriously and take him literally.
I don't think that we have to... I think it would be remiss of us to not say, Joe Biden knows how to do this.
Yes.
He knows how to do this. He's quite good at this. And, you know, you can't refute anything with him because he just, when I say him, I mean...
He rambles.
Trump.
Yeah.
He tends to just...
But can I mention one thing?
Whoopi's rage was just the start of the complete destruction of Bill Maher's reputation. It wasn't just a dinner. It was outright treason, and no amount of truth or rational jokes could make up for sitting down with someone they considered to be the devil. She couldn't believe Bill had betrayed her by having dinner with the person she had spent years portraying as the ultimate villain for The View's...
So flip it, man. Listen, nobody on the planet really wants to go through this. This is not something we're doing because it's, you know, gratifying. This is what we're doing to protect our families. And you don't have to do it, but stay away from it.
Anyone who knows Bill Maher knows that he never stays silent. This time, on a real-time show, he publicly retaliated against Whoopi Goldberg and everyone else who was surprised by his interaction with Trump using his signature sarcastic humor and insightful analysis. By saying, "I don't need anyone's permission and I'm not asking for it," Ma broke their outrage. This was the real Bill Maher, brave, unrepentant, and blatantly mean.
12 days ago, I had dinner with President Trump, a dinner that was set up by my friend Kid Rock, because we share a belief that there's got to be something better than hurling insults from 3,000 miles away. And let me first say that to all the people who treated this like it was some kind of summit meeting, you're ridiculous. Like I was going to sign a treaty or something. I have no power. I'm a comedian, and he's the most powerful leader in the world. I'm not the leader of anything, except maybe a contingent of centrist-minded people who think there's got to be a better way of running this country than hating each other.
Before assaulting Whoopi, Bill Maher made it apparent that democracy is still important and that disagreements don't have to turn violent. But the women on The View seem to have lost sight of the importance of courteous communication. The question remains, if Ma wasn't mistaken, why did the former prosecutor receive no support? Ma wasn't merely defending himself. He was conveying the sensible message that disputes can be settled amicably. But Whoopi took it personally and started taunting.
Well, if he's right, then why didn't people vote for the former prosecutor who actually had policy plans to help the working class?
I know as I say that, millions of liberal sphincters just tightened. Oh my God, Bill, are you going to say something nice about him? What I'm going to do is report exactly what happened. You decide what you think about it. And if that's not enough pure Trump hate for you, I don't...
Whoopi would have applauded if Ma had praised Kamala like he did Trump. But since it was Trump, those same remarks were misconstrued as betrayal. Whoopi made it very evident that this was purely political bias and had nothing to do with values. She truly wanted Ma had dined with Kamala instead of accidentally revealing the truth by drawing a comparison between Trump and Kamala Harris. Whoopi would have been the first to host an after-party if that had occurred.
Over because I got so many texts this week because she attacked me the week
Yeah,
before.
sure.
So everybody was like, "Oh, Bill, I get you're enjoying the karma." First of all, I'm going to talk about this at the end of my show next week, teaser. But there is no thing as karma. Okay, get over that. Whoopi attacks me on a regular basis. She says stupid on a regular basis. It just happened.
For this reason, Bill Maher deserves respect since he exemplifies free speech in his daily life. Ma refused to back down when Whoopi called him derogatory names on national television. Such bravery is rare in today's world. Some even demanded her resignation due to her outbursts, but he stood by his convictions and refused to play the victim, which is what sets him apart. Indeed, he also dropped some ruthless truth bombs before wrapping up.
This is random. The only word to describe it when a big game hunter gets trampled by an elephant and then eaten by lions is hilarious.
Wait did. In this wild media safari, Bill Maher is referred to as a lion and Whoopi as a hunter. She did, of course, but let's be honest, Maher is not an easy target. Rather than fleeing, Whoopi charged in like a fearless hunter, prepared to kill the traitor. But Ma changed his mind and shot back with a ferocious wit that took her by surprise. When Maher extinguished the fire, it was the so-called hunter, not the lion, who ultimately left the scene injured. The situation became much more volatile with the arrival of Caroline Levitt.
Seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race and gender and sex, and all of this other BS.
Caroline Levitt was right when she observed that what was once called woke culture for progress has now turned into a dividing force that replaces reality with stories, sentiments with facts, and real solutions with funny virtues, indicating that the media is making up stories. Colleges encourage bias since political ideologies influence education and healthcare. Society is not waking up and is burning out. Whoopi Goldberg, who is more than just a loud voice, has come to represent our cancel-happy culture. Levitt stepped in and made matters worse when Whoopi thought she had the final say. Her fervent adherence to wokeism serves as an example of how fame may be exploited to silence those who challenge the established quo.
Irony in all of this is that Joe Biden and the Democrats and these ladies on The View constantly say President Trump is the alleged threat to democracy, when in fact they themselves are wishfully thinking that President Trump will be imprisoned when he has not been convicted of any crimes. That is the real threat to democracy. Voters see that, and that's why President Trump continues.
After years of spoon-feeding their audience polished lies and hollow praise while protecting Biden and Kamala despite their obvious failings, Caroline Levitt didn't hold back when Whoopi unleashed her usual indignation act, and the View panel got exactly what they were. Levitt criticized the absurdity of advocating for tolerance but being agitated during a straightforward dinner with Trump. This was a cultural reset rather than merely a viral retort, and Bill Maher also refused to back down. The selective morals and phony outrage of the media elite were exposed at that moment. Click like, share, and subscribe if you're tired of the spin and ready for some genuine discussion. The message is very clear. You are not necessarily correct just because you shout the loudest. Finally, the tide is turning. I'll see you later.